Warriors NRL fanatics here, back today with a video. Before getting into it, please make sure you don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're new, you like the video, and you comment your thoughts down below. But a big thank you to the NRL Bulldogs fan for sending in their preview for Sunday's game against the Warriors. Now, also, I'd like to thank everyone for subscribing, as we did hit 700 subscribers a couple of days ago. So thanks to those who have supported the channel, and yeah, let's get to 800 subscribers next. But thanks guys for subscribing, and if you're already not subscribed, make sure you're subscribing, like the video, and yeah, share your thoughts down below. But thanks to the NRL Bulldogs fans Twitter page, and also go check out their podcast as well. I'll put a link in the description below. They've got a podcast, and go check out their Twitter page as well. But thanks to those guys for sending in their preview for the Sunday's game. And yeah, thanks guys for watching. I'll see you all in the next one.
Hey, it's Scott from the NRL Bulldogs fans podcast, and I've been asked to do a rundown and a preview of the Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs taking on the New Zealand Warriors. Unfortunately, this game was scheduled to be the first game in Auckland, and I was actually really looking forward to seeing all the Warriors fans at the stadium, and their sacrifice to the great game of rugby league has been outstanding. And now every team is almost in this, well, every team from New South Wales is in the same position, doing the sacrifice that the Warriors were doing a lot longer. So I was really disappointed and sad that the game couldn't be in New Zealand. It would have been an enormous atmosphere. It would have been fantastic. Would have loved to see it. Would have came across well on the TV. I was even thinking, hey, why not I go over there and see it firsthand? But unfortunately, the crazy world we live in, the game has been moved to Queensland, out of all places, unfortunately. Well, let's say the Warriors versus the Bulldogs. The Warriors have got slim hopes of making the finals chances, and I think they will keep those hopes alive at least for another week. I mean, I always get asked the question, do you think the Bulldogs can the Bulldogs win? I always say yes. Of course, any team can win, no matter what the circumstances. But do I think the Bulldogs will win? Unfortunately, I'll be cheering them on all the way, 110%, but I don't think they stand a chance against this team. We're missing some key outs like Luke Thompson and Jack Hetherington. Also, Dylan Harper's also out for this game as well. A little thank you to the Raiders as well. We have to mention that Ryan James and Corey Hosborough, who will be playing on the weekend, been loaned to us for a couple of weeks. So cheers Canberra for that. Lets us run on a team that is somewhat competitive. So thanks again. But, you know, Luke Thompson, if people have been listening to our NRL Bulldogs fans podcast, we do a poll. We poll up our players, our votes with our co-host Matthew, and we pick our best two players and give bonus points out if they make the list twice. Luke Thompson on multiple weeks has been polling very high on that, and he's currently leading the way comfortable in our season's Player of the Year votes, and that's how important he is to our team. If we had any chance, you could see a couple of weeks ago, Luke Thompson almost brought the game back against the Sharks single-handedly. It was an outstanding performance, so we don't have him, so that's a massive blow. I know the Warriors are missing Matt Lodge, who's actually been playing some pretty good footy for the Warriors, but they still have Aiden Fanor-Blake in the middle there, so I don't think the Bulldogs can compare up front to the Warriors. Even looking at the outside backs for the Warriors, I mean, how good is Reece Walsh? I mean, I enjoy watching him most weeks, but I don't think I'm going to enjoy him too much this week, to be honest, because I think he'll be slicing and dicing my beloved Bulldogs up, which makes me sad. He's had an outstanding season, and I've actually want to highlight for the Warriors a winger who the Bulldogs fans know quite well, Marcelo Montoya. Nick Meaney's had patches of great performances this year, but since signing with the Melbourne Storm, there's been, you know, some average games in between those, but he's been okay this year. Bailey Biondi-Odo, I think, you know, what a shining light coming off the interchange bench. The second game at 5'8". Unfortunately, last week we didn't really hear his name get called out too much. One of his quieter games. Hopefully he can, you know, jump in that game a little bit more. If we're going to score more than 2 tries, we need Bailey Biondi-Odo to be at his best. And, you know, he's got a good kicking game. He's a really good half, and I reckon he'll be a player of the future for Canterbury. Don't know if this weekend is his moment just yet. Jake Averillo, like I said, he's had some good patches, especially at the front half of the year at 5'8". I don't think the halfback suits him too well. It takes away from his natural running game, which is sad. lost Corey Waddell. I think Corey Waddell's starting to play some solid footy. He's out with a calf injury, so we've replaced him with a young gun, Matt Dury. He's been up and down, but can you blame him? So has the rest of the team. And, that's pretty much our side on the weekend. 2 tries. Oh, you're making it hard for me to predict our 2 tries because we're lucky to get over the board once. If you've seen some of our games earlier this year, I'll go Nick Meaney will cross the line. I think he'll do we'll make a little bit of a half chance in the middle, and Nick Meaney's got speed to burn. He might not have the skills of Reece Walsh, but Nick Meaney can run, he can motor, and he's quite quick. So he could trouble the Warriors a little bit in the middle third of the field. And I'll say the man who's playing his 100th NRL game this weekend is the great Adam Elliott, and I reckon he'll cross. He'll do one of his runs back in the middle of the field, will catch a couple of tired Warriors out, and he'll score a try. That'll be our 2 tries if we're lucky to get them. But yeah, for me, the Warriors will have a good day out at Redcliffe. They'll move up the ladder, potentially to go above the Dragons and Sharks this week. Could be the way it looks. I think they will help their for and against quite a bit, and they'll keep their season alive for another week at least. And I think if the Warriors do somehow get into the finals footy, I mean, I'll tell you what, I'll have a soft spot for them after the sacrifice they've been doing. I'd also been asked to, give us a bit of a rundown of the Bulldogs season. I mean, I can't even sugarcoat it. It has been absolutely rubbish. We've only won 2 games this year. We did smash the Dragons, and we did have a really good win against Cronulla Sharks, but, it's been a far few in between for the Canterbury faithful. There's been patches in some games where we went really well against Rabbitohs and Roosters a couple of weeks ago, where we took the Roosters to 6 points difference, and we only lost by 8 against the Rabbitohs and even leading at half-time. Promising at times, but overall, we just get out of games. We seem to lift against the higher teams, but not good enough to put them away, and then we don't lift against the lower teams. It's been a difficult year for the Bulldogs. We're in at the moment, New South Wales is in lockdown, can't go to any of the games, and, the Bulldogs are not doing too well, so it's been a bit hard. But, I'll be definitely cheering them on. I'll be hoping for an upset, just can't really see it happening. We definitely need to win. We're pretty much been gifted the wooden spoon. We pretty much need to win all our remaining games to get off the bottom of the ladder, which I can't really see happening, especially after last week. I think our players have kind of clocked off for the year. We've got too many key outs. Even though I thought, even if with those outs, it might have made the game a bit tighter, I still think the Warriors will win. And I'm going to tip it because I've got a soft spot for him. Marcelo Montoya to be the man of the match for the Warriors in this performance. But yeah, it's been a difficult year for the Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs. I'll leave you with that one. Thank you so much, Christian from the Warriors, NRL Fanatics. It's been an honour for you to ask us, and I'm glad that I've been able to be on your YouTube channel. Really looking forward to it.